Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to a very special edition of Flat Earth School here with David Weiss this morning or this afternoon or the evening, wherever we are on our Flat Earth School plane that we live in. How are you, David Weiss?
Mitchell, I think you're lying. I think it's 7 a.m. where you are because there's no way time zones work on a flat Earth, right? You should switch your show to a later time in the day, to be honest. And most people are sleeping right now.
You know what? I had to change it for you, so it's not my fault. I had to go around your schedule today. I'm usually 12 hours ahead.
That's impossible on a flat Earth. Explain time zones, please.
Doesn't work. No, I can't explain it. All right. So you've got a very interesting background there, Dave. You've got something going on. It's the other than the app, everyone should know about the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac clock app. It's good you got it on the background because I always mess it up. Most people do.
It's the worst name ever. It's the worst. It's worse than Flat Earth, Banjo, USA, and Japan, or whatever the fuck his name is. Excuse my language.
So what else? So everyone needs to download that app, but there's a new feature for the app. It's the Flat Earth Friend Finder. Do you want to go into that?
Yeah. So let me share my screen. Can I do that?
I think so. Just go
share screen.
Share button. Yep. And if you want audio, you have to click audio.
I don't want audio. Whoops! I think I just shared the wrong screen. Hold on. Did not share it right.
I have to bring it up anyway, so you can't really do it. But this is a very interesting app that the concept has been around for a while. It's not a new thing, but it is catching on like wildfire at the moment. There are so many people signing up. It's an awesome. So we do have someone in the chat. I said we might not have someone, but yeah, we've got Dusty Wright. Right. He says, "Hey Dave, can we get a wandering stars layer on the app? Is that possible, Dave?"
Oh well, I'm actually working on that. It's just that I'm restricted to the APIs that are available by Google. That's why people the biggest thing the trolls have is, why is your map on a Mercator map? And I'm like, because that's how Google offers it. If someone's willing to build the infrastructure, to do it on the proper map, that would be awesome.
We lost Dave. He's disconnected himself. We triggered something. So while Dave comes back, I'll just go into what the Flat Earth Friend Finder is. He probably would have done it better, but while we're reconnecting, wherever he went, he must have. Oh yeah, on the clock app, yeah. So yeah, Dusty Ryder just said that he wanted wandering stars, as in obviously the planets. Is that what you meant? Dusty? I'm assuming it was. I'll bring Dave back in.
Yeah, it's always human error. It's always human error.
It's a touchy subject, isn't it? This app. It's going to get us into big trouble talking about this.
No, it's not going to. I just clicked the wrong screen. That's all. So the moon, the moon wanders in between the tropics, and right now on the app, it only circles around over the equator. So if you look at the app here, am I sharing screen? There you go.
You're on now, yep.
So the moon is, I don't know. So the sun, we know that it wanders all the way into the Tropic of Cancer, and it wanders out to the Tropic of Capricorn. Like if I jump it forward 3 months to December, bam, there's your summer in the outer lands, the land out over of Australia, because the sun is over your head, as you know. 6 months later, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the sun will wander all the way back to the Tropic of Cancer, my summer, your winter, because the sun is closer. It's the simplest thing. Seasons prove the Earth is flat, period. I mean, you don't need anything else. You don't need flat water. You don't need container air pressure. Seasons prove the Earth is flat, period.
Absolutely. Explain seasons on flat Earth. Yeah, just look at the app. Done.
So Mitchell, let's say you and I, you came, we're somewhere where it's cold. The ground is covered with snow, and we're sitting outside in beach chairs like fools with shorts on, and we're sitting 20 feet apart, and we're both freezing our butt off. But then over comes Karen B. She's got a long pole with a heat lamp on it, and she's holding it 10 feet over your head. You're like, and you feel that warmth, and you're warm, and it's high in the sky for you. You're looking straight up at it. That's your summer sun. I'm looking at that sun. It's all the way over there. It's lower in the sky from me, and I could barely feel the heat. That's my winter sun. She walks over to me, keeping the sun at the same height, 10 feet in the air. I look up, it's high in the sky for me. I'm warm. You look at it, it's lower in the sky. It's farther away. It's cold. Summer, winter. That's how it works.
No, that's not how it works at all. You have to tilt it. It's all about the tilt.
Tilt the marshmallow, Charlie. So the moon does the same thing. It migrates in between the tropics. That API doesn't exist. I have to build it. It's expensive. But once we get that, the moon will also migrate eventually in the future. But this app is giving you a general overview. The day and night is, I have a lot of twilight in there because showing, I eventually will change it to 365 different images of day and night. But right now, the day and night only changes once a month. So right now we're approaching the equinox. Oh no, it's about half and half right here. So again, it's not exact, but it's very close.
It's a handy tool, isn't it? It's not meant to be an actual like true map representation of where we live. It's a good tool for people just to visualize another concept of how these things work. Yeah.
Like right now, wherever the sun is on the map, that's where it's noon. So it is noon in Western Africa. It is noon in Western Africa. The sun is coming towards me. You can see my mouse. I'm right here. It's coming towards me. So it's going to rise as it rises up higher. As it comes closer, it'll rise up higher in the sky. And after it goes over me, it'll go down until it goes too far away to see. It'll get obscured by the atmospheric deck of opacity. And then it's gone. And the light doesn't travel, across the atmospheric plane forever. It just can't.
Yeah, until we get that fade out. Something that you're kind of infamous for, those fade out videos. They're really cool. Have you seen the videos from the P1000 and the P900 of the fade out? They're pretty cool too.
Oh, I haven't seen them. You got to send them over. I'd like to see them.
Yeah, I think
good.
There's also a fade in as well. I haven't seen it yet. There's someone promising me that they've got a fade in as well. One of my
I saw one a while ago. The problem with the fade in, which isn't, it's just a pain in the ass problem, is you have to know exactly where the sun is going to be. The conditions have to be perfectly right. Like when I go to do a fade out, it's like 10 minutes before sunset. I'm like, no, I'm not going to get it today because there's too much atmospheric density. There's too much moisture. And then I know, but like to guess exactly where the sun is going to be and then I'm going to get a fade in, you probably have to do it, 50, 100 times before you get one. Because you don't know, you go out to set up, the sky's dark. You can't really even tell what's happening until the sun fades in. And then it's only that 2 seconds. It's
so hard. And most people will think that you can just go out any morning and just see a sunrise. I've been doing it. I've been doing the Flat Earth School live streams for almost 4 weeks now. I've seen 3 sunrises. I'm there every day. I'm ready for it, but there's cloud cover. There's crap in the atmosphere. It's ridiculous. I've seen 3 sunrises out of 20 something.
Right. I went on vacation with some friends to a place called Fire Island off of the south side of Long Island, where, for those who don't know what that is, it's just it's this little island. So you have a sunrise and sunset perfectly clear. And I only caught it one day. I'm trying to find the picture. I had some cool pictures, but I caught a perfect sunrise out of being there for 6 days. I got 1 day of the sun coming up.
Yeah, people don't realize how rare it is and how special it actually is when you do see a good sunrise on the horizon, that little break just above the horizon with no cloud.
So getting back to where we were, excuse me, this is a map of where all of the flat earthers are. I'm assuming your people probably already have this, but if they don't, it's a very good app. Now this is, you see, it's a little laggy. It's laggy because there's so many people on it. It's lagging. So it has to process all of these dots. Like if I zoom in, you'll see that these dots just keep breaking up into more and more dots. Oh, it's resetting. There you go. And so what I'm doing is I'm adding this, actually this weekend, I'm testing it out, a thing called Google clusters. So when you're in this outward zoom here, instead of seeing all those dots clumped together, you'll see some big circles that say 200, 50, 100. And as you zoom in, that 200 will burst into 450s. And then you zoom in, those 50s will burst into 10 5s. Then you zoom in, and then they'll burst out into single dots. So it's going to look really cool. And it's going to just make this lagging go away. So let's go over to the land out over. I kind of went the wrong way, but I'll go this way.
It's looking like America, at least, has just been taken over by flat earthers.
Thank God. And now, where are you? Are you near Sydney?
So it's near Sydney. You can zoom in Sydney. I've noticed that there is a few people around me. I've never actually met another flat earther in person.
Are you in Sydney?
Nah, probably a couple of hours south of Sydney. I'm not even on the map anymore. I've signed up, but I don't.
Are you sure?
There's a bay, yeah. So go north, a little bit north. Oh, sorry, no, south. So Kiama there, that's north of me. I'm south of that in Nowra. I'm around in Nowra. I signed up, but I'm not there anymore. Where am I?
So if you go into your app and change it to the CC location, which is
right, okay.
Change it and then hit the target button and it'll reposition you. Again, this stuff is crazy. The amount of bugs that are in it are we've been working on it for months and months. So we will have several updates that'll just make it better and better. But everybody was so anxious for it. Everybody wanted to see it. And I was like, all right, we'll put it up and then we'll work out the bugs, because you need a lot of testers. There's so many different phones. Like, it's working on all the iPhones except the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 12 don't automatically update their position. You think those are the ones that would update, but no, those are the ones that you have to force the update. So we fixed that. That's coming out in the next fix. The amount of users, we're taking care of that. So you should show up on here. Let's switch to the web view. Maybe I don't think it would be on there, but if I change my sharing screen, share screen.
You can see for the viewers, you can see the amount of effort that goes into something like this. It's not just kind of, it's an idea and then it turns into an app. There's bugs, there's fixes, there's, like you said, everyone's got a different damn phone or a different device.
Right. And Androids there's so many different things, but Android's working really well. So this is, oops, I'm on the wrong screen. This will be on my website. Am I moving the right screen? You can see that, right?
Yep.
So this is just on your screen. So are you showing up here? No, it's the same thing.
No, same thing. No.
Okay.
And what can we do with this? So can we click on one of these dots and it tells us something?
Yeah. So again, let me stop sharing again. If I stop sharing and I have to go back, sorry about that. Share screen, window, and back to the app. So
someone in the chat says he's subscribed, but he can't seem to message on the friend finder. Is there any fix for that?
That was the big thing. It was like when it first came out, I was like, oh, the one thing that the worst thing happened. So first thing is, if you subscribe, you can try to subscribe, but if you subscribe 5 times, you only get charged once. You'll never be charged twice. So don't worry about that. But the fix is, first, you have to make sure you downloaded the latest version, Android 5.9.4. Most people are having that problem are still on 0.2. So go make sure you have that. And if you're not sure how to do that, just delete the app and re-download it, and then you'll have the latest one. On Apple, you have to have 4.4. Reinstall. Do all the stuff, then go when you try to message. So if I click on one of these dots, let's click on this guy, up comes, hey, it's Mike. If I hit the messaging, I can go in there and say, hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. Testing. And bam, I just sent him a message. So.
And is that a private message, or is everyone in the?
No, that's a private message. So right here are all the people that have messaged me on my iPad. And this is a guy we're talking to. And he's saying, wow, so many dots. I said, there's only 9%. And he's like, when it's 75, 80%. Right now, we're at 11%. I have over 100,000 users. So there's 11,000 users. So we're at 11,000 I mean, 11% of the number of users, which is crazy.
As in the amount of people that have the app compared to the amount of people registered for the
correct
Flat Earth Friend Finder. So if you got the app, register for the Friend Finder.
Right. If you don't see the friend finder, you can tell if you have the latest version. Oh, well, not. You can tell if you have the friend finder because the buttons on the right, the handshake. The handshake is
next to the shopping cart.
Yeah.
I don't think we can see your cursor on the screen, but yeah, it's next to the shopping cart, the second, the middle top.
Yeah. So
That's
you hit
Flat Earth
that.
Friend Finder.
It'll come up. It'll ask you to put in a name. Put in whatever name you want. Fake name, pseudonym. Then you can select your radius. Now the radius just tells you how many people are within that radius. So if I go to 50 kilometers and I hit save, it gives me a circle that's telling me that there's 81 people within 50 kilometers of me. So soon on an update and in a maybe we have to test it out. I'm not sure how long it'll take. You'll be able to click that upper left-hand circle where it says there's 81 people. I click that and I could send them a group message. Hey, we're having a meetup here. Put the address, whatever. I might be able to drop a pin, and or it's an instant meetup. Like, let's say I'm going to the beach for the day, and I could send a message like, "Hey, I'm gonna be hanging out next to the tiki bar over here. Come on down." If somebody sent me a message, I'm like, "Oh, Flat Earthers down at the beach. I'm going."
Protest on. Any COVID lockdown protest.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So many good applications.
Yeah, so many things. And then also I'm going to add where you can add an optional profile and different things about yourself. And I'm going to try to have categories like, hey, have goods for sale, looking for work, whatever. And that will change the color of your dot. And that way, if you're like, hey, I need to hire somebody, you can look around and say, hey, these people are looking for work that are near me. What would you rather do, Mitchell? Interview a bunch of people or hire a flat earther? You already know that flat earther is probably a better employee than a Harvard graduate.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? If there was 20 people that turn up for the interview and they just said they're a flat earther, they're hired straight away. So
yeah, if one of them, if one guy showed up, yeah, I'm a flat earther and I never graduated high school, you're hired.
Yeah, done. The best person for the job.
so that will be coming in the near future, not too long, but not tomorrow. And we're gonna add so much more to this. It's gonna be amazing.
Look at that. That's awesome. There's so many people there. So how many did you say you got signed up at the moment?
So right now I'm looking at my other thing. When I opened up this map, we got on. Let me refresh that. It's 11,421. So yesterday morning, at this time, there was 10,100. So I got 1,300 in the last 24 hours.
Awesome. So you want to have a bit of a competition at the end of this stream. If people put in at the moment where it's kind of a pre-record, this is just for members only. But if you're watching this after the fact, we're going to have a bit of a competition. If anyone guesses the number at the end of the live stream for the public viewers, the amount of people who have signed up, and I'll ask Dave at the end of that stream, what are we giving away, Dave?
We're going to give away 5 downloads for their friends. If you have friends, I will send them, each one of them, a free app download.
Awesome.
How's that?
Awesome. And everyone needs this app. This is a must-have for just everyone, for anyone just to pull up at Christmas, if you're allowed to go to your friends' places and that sort of stuff at Christmas, but just to pull up to show people that a visual aid of how our world works and the things that we can do as a community. Like, this just highlights how good the flat Earth community is. 11,000, almost 11,500 people already signed up, and it hasn't really.
It's just taking off. It's been up for 4 days. 4 days.
4 days.
And there's flat earthers that are like, hey, when's this friend finder coming out? I'm like, update your app, and then they go, which button is it? I'm like, which button do you think is the friend finder? They're like, the handshake? I'm like, I'm not sure truth is for you. I'm just joking around. People are so excited. They're just waiting. They just want to see it. So when you're talking to Flat Earth with somebody, and all of you listening are Flat Earthers, I'm sure, you bring up the app and you turn it on the time lapse and you start telling about how everything goes around. They go, oh, that's how it works. I get that every time. And then if you hit the little images button, the big color wheel, up come. Oops, the iPad, by the way, we're still major bugs in the iPad. We're still testing it. So the iPad, so the images come up and you have all of these images at your fingertips. Someone's like, what do you mean Aristophanes was wrong? Well, there's, and you explain how Aristophanes, how it works on a flat Earth and a globe Earth. If you're like, how do they protect Antarctica? You can go, well, this is how they protect Antarctica, and this is a zooming issue I have, but that'll be fixed. If you say, how do they stop us from going to all these places? You pull up all of these different treaties, all of these different things that happened over time. You have all these examples. And the most important one when you're showing people the app is this one, because they can just point their phone at it and get the app on their phone. Because everyone will say, where do you get this app? Well, where is it? Just pull up the first image and they'll be able to get the app that way. So let me talk about go ahead. I want to tell you about the cost of the app.
That's exactly where I was going to go. Why do we have to pay for this app, Dave?
If anybody wants to pay the cost of development, pay me for my time, because I do this full time. So this is my job, and pay the monthly fees, I'm happy to make it free. Okay. But, email me. I'll let you know what those numbers are. The app I've been working on this app for over 3 years. And my guy that does the programming is in India. So I haven't slept in 3 years. And it's crazy what's going on. But the app is $3. Okay. I don't know if you can buy a beer for $3 in an establishment. I don't even know if you can go to an establishment anymore, but it's $3 for the app, and you get everything. Okay. Now people said, hey, Dave, add this. The app was, it was $3, and they're like, they add all these features. I'm like, yeah, it's a great idea. But these things started costing money. I'm putting thousands of dollars into an app, and I'm not covering my costs. So they said, put a donation button on there and we'll donate. And if you get enough money, you can add more features. I'm like, great idea. Google and Apple say, no donation buttons. So I said, okay, I'll make the application. What's that?
That's been banned by the applications, the Google, and
they don't allow you to put a donation button in an app. It's not allowed. So very easy, I put a subscribe button. The thing pops up and says, would you like to subscribe for 99 cents a month or $11 for the year? $11 for the year. Okay. And you can say nope, and you can exit out, no waiting, no ads, and you still get everything. Okay. And I've done that for the last 2.5 years, and no problem. And the app, and it doesn't keep popping up. It only pops up once every 24 hours. Pretty fair deal. Okay. Would you like to subscribe? No. 1 second, it's gone, and everything on the app works. So then something happened. One of the features on the app, let me share again. One of the features on the app was the weather, and this is pretty cool. Where's my app? There it is. Bring that up, Mitchell. So if you click on, are we up?
Yep.
On the upper right-hand corner, it gives you your temperatures, your highs, your lows, sunrise, sunset, moon phase. Tap the weather, and up comes dark sky, which is a great weather site. As a matter of fact, a site like this, I think that to subscribe for it, it's like $3 a month to have it. Well, it comes in the app, and you could open up, it has detailed weather. And this is just the limited version. We're going to be updating it where you have way extended forecasts, other maps, all sorts of stuff. And that was free because Yahoo was offering that API for free. So that was on there for 2 years. And all of a sudden, Yahoo comes out one day and goes, as of July 1st or whatever it was, which is 2 days from the announcement, we will no longer be offering this API. Bam, shut it down. Okay. They just shut it down. So now I have to pay a lot of money a month to serve this weather data. Excuse me. And the more people that use it, excuse me, I'm too early here.
And this is all things you get for free after signing up for the app. You just download
so
the app.
so it was free, but now I have to pay for it. So then I said, all right, well, I'm going to do this friend finder thing. And the server costs on the friend finders are thousands of dollars a month. Thousands of dollars a month. And the more people that use it, the higher it goes. Okay. So, and then it's only been out 3 days. We've already upgraded servers, backup servers. We're adding all of the stuff. Every day, if I don't throw more than $1,000 at the app, something stops. Okay. So I have to charge for it. And 99 cents a month is affordable to a homeless man. Okay. 99 cents a month. You can find that in the couch. Okay. And that's it. People are like, so people are so excited. They said, I'll pay $10 a month. I don't care. This is the greatest thing ever. Flat Earth. It's so lonely. The stories that are coming out right now of people meeting up day one, Rose 777. Some people that were, she was in the hurricane over in Louisiana, and she needed fuel and something. And I mentioned on the show, guy found her on the apps, like, hey, I'm not far from you. I could bring you fuel. They met, they had lunch, new friends, right? People they never knew were there. People are saying, there's somebody 2 blocks from me, that they didn't know was there. There's people finding other people at the same businesses where they work. I'm just waiting for the husband and wife to find it, and that they never told each other.
Yeah. I was going to say the neighbors, but husband and wife would be even better. It's like, nah, what? You?
What? Like, I didn't want to say anything to you. How long have you been a flat earther? 5 years. You've been a flat earther for 5 years.
Oh, there's so many good things we can do with this app. So definitely support the app, download the app, subscribe if you can. Just help it get out there, because this thing, you want to be part of this. You want to be part of the community. There's so many applications for it, and it's an awesome community.
And there's so many more features on there. I mean, I can go over more if you want, but it's a endless feature. Let me show the other thing. I don't need to show it. It's the one thing that a lot of people like, and is the featured video of the day. Every day there's a new video, and it pops up. It's going to pop up in 34 minutes from now. Every day at the same time, a new video will pop up. A little push notification will come out. You've had some of your videos featured on there.
Yeah, and I love it because it gets me lots of views.
Yeah. And I only put good videos on there, so that's good. These are hand selected by me. That's one of the hardest things. I'm always stressing, like, what video am I going to put up next? It has to be something really good. I want something new. And sometimes I put old ones up because there's so many new people coming in. And when I put up an old video, even if you're an experienced flat earther and you've seen it, you watch it again and you learn something new from it, right? It refreshes your thinking. So, I challenge people. I say, when you're showing a friend Flat Earth and they're starting to think, you say, here, let me get you the app. You can gift it to them, make them buy it themselves. It's $3. And you say, just watch the daily video every day for 2 weeks, and then let's talk again. And I offer 3 Bitcoins for 1 proof of the globe. Just one. That's all we need. Just one. Yeah. Just one. And then I can be done with this. I can go back to my slave job and and
we can stop doing this whole charade.
We
just need 1 globe proof. Dusty Ryder says he wants a Flat Earth school link on the app. Is that possible, Dave? To get on my Flat Earth school.
Wait, do I already have that on there?
Maybe it's already there, Dusty.
Hold on.
Maybe you need to upgrade. I do remember you sent me something about a playlist. Is it in playlist or something?
Hold on. Let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. StreamYard. Here we go. All right. I am sharing.
And Dave did say he only puts good content on this app.
Yeah. So if it's not in here, I will add it. It would go on this page. I'm actually, I might add a second page of links. I could put it. Where could I put it?
Debunking the debunkers. That's a good one. I like that one. So all the Simon Dans and the Professor Daves and all their videos, people go out and debunk those videos. They're really good ones.
Yeah. So this is tons of videos here, and these are things that aren't easy to find on YouTube.
Exactly. You don't even have to search for these things. You have to go straight to the app, and it's all there for us under all
Right.
the subcategories.
Um,
History of Flat Earth Man, all these
yeah,
Flat Earth debates.
Flat Earth debates. I have these are clips that Nathan puts up there. So Nathan it does stuff. A lot of controversy with Nathan Oakley, but he does beat a dead horse very well.
He's the reigning champion of debating. I know that you send in unwitting globe believers into the debate.
So this is what happens. I get these globe trolls in there, and literally their emails to me, hey, I want to take you up on your Bitcoin challenge. But their explanation, before they even tell me, it's like a 3-page email telling me, I just want to make sure of the rules. And I'm like, why don't you just share your proof? Just get to the point. They go pages and pages, and then their proofs are just nonsensical. So I'll go back and forth with them a little bit. And then finally I go, okay, I'm going to let you go on with a panel. You present your evidence. They'll listen to every word you have to say, and then they'll respond. And if they agree that it's a proof, I will pay you the 3 Bitcoins. And it doesn't go well. It doesn't go well for them.
They're very accommodating over in the Flat Earth debate
right
channel. As soon as you start with the premise that you're living on a globe, which all globe proof starts with, that it's absolutely dead.
So Mitchell, the Flat Earth School, I'm definitely going to put it on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take like podcasts, and I'm going to put them into one subcategory, so it opens up some spaces, and I will put you on here and your school, because your school's good for all ages, right?
Absolutely, definitely. Okay. All ages. It's just me going out in the beautiful Flat Earth School around us. I was out swimming with sharks this morning. I was literally had sharks 2 meters away from me in the water. It was great fun.
Awesome. And anybody that has any books, if you go through here, if you say, hey, there's a great Flat Earth book that's not listed here, bring it up. And again, my favorite, #1, 16 Emergency Landings by Flat Earth USA Banjo in Japan, whatever the heck his name is. It's almost worse than the name of my app.
It's got everything. It's a bookstore. It's got all the videos you need. You can even use the Flat Earth Friend Finder as a dating app.
The people already are. It's crazy, and then you can show people, like, whoops, this is what the trade winds look like. If you go to the wind maps and then you hit the 10 HPA, which is I think about 40,000 feet, and then you hit the file menu down. That is beautiful versus this crazy sine wave that they show us on the globe. These winds going up and down. This is what the winds look like right now.
Just makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
It only works on a flat Earth. It only works in a contained Earth.
Right.
Where those winds going on a globe Earth next to the vacuum of space doesn't happen. We have to be contained.
And then the thing that takes up the most resources is the compass. And so if you have a really old phone with low memory, the compass might be a little jumpy. But this is a true compass. East and west are circles. South is every direction away from the center. And Earth is flat. Get over it.
Did you? The only absolute direction that we actually have in our world is magnetic north. So that is an awesome thing to have on the app.
Right. And you know what I tell people? Point any direction. Go ahead, Mitchell. Point any direction right now. That's not up. Point any direction across the plane. All right, never mind. You're out.
Next.
Every direction, if you continue in a true straight line, is south. Even if you point north, because as soon as you pass the north, you're going south. If you point west, you're pointing south. If you point east, you're pointing south. If you point south, you're pointing south.
Absolutely. Jaron did a great breakdown with live visuals. Even on the globe model, pointing any direction is south, but it works so much better on a flat Earth.
Right.
So some people say, why are we using this projection like the AE map? Because it is a globe projection. Is there any reason why we're using this projection, do you think?
I think that the globe is an AE mapped around a sphere. So the globe is a sphere projection. Okay.
It's reverse engineered from the globe, from the flat Earth.
I mean, if you look at, it's the best map that we have. It works. there's stuff that we don't understand. The map, we don't have an exact map, but the AE map is better than the globe, right? You look at, if you wanted to go from South America to Africa, from where is it, Sao Paulo to Cape Town, it's a straight line across. It's like 4,900 miles or less, 4,500 miles. It should take like 9 hours. But they go all the way up to Amsterdam, over the top of the ball, and then all the way back down. That's ridiculous. That map doesn't work. I've never seen a pilot with a globe in the cockpit going, hey, we're going to go over here. No, they use the flat Earth map for navigation.
And how good is the circumpolar what is it called when you go around the world record north to south? How they go
southern circumnavigation.
Circumnavigation. There's it. The circumpolar circumnavigation. The world records when they go down to the South Pole and then come back out like a pie shape. They don't just keep going across.
Yeah, no one keeps going. There was the ZQ pilot went from the North Pole, all the way. He went to Alaska, California, over to like some islands, and then Santiago. Then he went into Antarctica, and then he turned around and came back and went up to Brazil and back up to the North Pole. And we're like, okay, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. And he goes, yeah. He goes, the weather was too bad at the South Pole, so we had to turn around. And then he got the world record for southern circumnavigation. Like that there. I mean, like, why did he just get the record? He basically, that's like me. I live on a straight street. And I go, my street is a sphere. I'm going to prove it to you. And I go to the end of the street. I touch the light pole at the end of the street. And then I turn around. I go to the other end of the street. I touch the light pole. And then I come back. And I go, see, I circumnavigated my street.
That's what the standard is for the globe. That's all you have to do. Circumnavigate by going there and back. Not in a big circle as would be required. But no one's ever done it. It'd never be done because it's not a globe. You can't go from one side of Antarctica around through the middle and back out the other side. It just does not work.
Mitchell, Bowler Dave has a question for you. And the question is, you're so stuck in your ways that what's going to happen when in the next couple of years, I think 2024, you get an opportunity to go in a spaceship and go to space and see that the Earth is a globe?
2020. I thought it was happening right now. Didn't Richard Branson just go to the edge of space?
He just got shut down by the FAA. They said that he went into some like controlled space area, so he's just been grounded. So it's probably 2024, which is right around the corner. So will you concede to your flat Earth nonsense?
Absolutely. When I'm in that spaceship looking down on your globe Earth, I will be conceding.
Okay.
Just get me up there. That's all I need. And you also get David Weiss's 3 Bitcoins.
Absolutely.
To fund that expensive trip.
Yeah, never going to happen.
All right. So is there anything else you want to mention about the app before we move on?
No, we can move on.
All right, cool. So it is the eve. Well, when are we releasing this? It will be around 9/11, the 20-year anniversary. Always around this time of year, we see interesting videos coming out. Some people have seen them before. There was one this year that I haven't seen before. I don't know why I have never seen it. I'll screen share it. It's one where George Bush was sitting down in the classroom with the kids, but it was kind of an extended edition.
Oh.
I'll just play it. Have you seen this one?
Play it. I don't know. I've seen everything, but go ahead. You got sound up?
Could you hear the audio then? I don't think I've...
No, you didn't share with sound, or I don't know how that works here.
I'll share. Whoop. I took you out instead of the screen sharing. So I haven't seen this one before. I was going to ask you, have you seen any this year that you have not seen before?
I actually haven't seen any this year. When my head was so deep into the app, I haven't seen other than Brian Stavely on Rockfin, who's been crushing 9/11 as always.
Absolutely, yeah. Sign up to Rockfin. That is a great platform. I'll just play this.
Words on this page without making a mistake. Look at the letter at the end and remember the sound it makes. Get ready. Pipe. Yes, pipe. Get ready to read this word the fast way. Get ready. Kid. Yes, kid. Sound it out. Get ready. Kid. Sound it out. Get ready. Kid. What word? Kid. Yes, kid. Boys and girls, sound this word out. Get ready. What word? Still. Yes, still. Read these words the fast way. Get ready. Play. Yes, play. Get ready. Must. Yes, must. Let's read these words the fast way without making a mistake. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready. Kit. Yes, kit. Get ready. Steal. Yes, steal. Get ready. Play. Yes, playing. Get ready. Must. Yes, must.
It's. Have you seen that one before?
Yeah, yeah.
You've seen it. I don't know why I haven't seen it before.
So I kind of remember it saying plane must hit steel. But
is this a Mandela effect thing?
It might be Mandela at this point. But what is going on there? This is a spell they're casting. Absolutely. This is going on. You know why 9/11 is happening. Plane, kite, steel, plane must hit.
At the time, that was 9/11 in action right there.
Yeah. And then Bush at that point said that he when he was told, he's like, I saw the first plane hit on the television, and I think, wow, that must be a really bad pilot. But when I heard the second one hit, I knew we were under attack. Well, nobody saw the first plane hit on television. It wasn't on television. Okay.
I'd claim that nobody saw any planes hit anything.
No planes hit anything. That's for sure.
Gun to yeah, I was going to say, were any planes involved in 9/11? Do you think?
So absolutely not. I mean, they were involved, but no planes crashed anywhere. From when you want to fly from the East Coast of America to the West Coast, the early morning flights, 6 a.m., are really good because you go backwards in time because the Earth is spinning in that direction, and so you can take an early flight and get there at 10 a.m. and have a full work day. So coming from those 3 airports, there's about 35 flights every weekday, and they're always sold out. And there's always people on the waiting list. And first class is sold out a month ahead of time. Okay. So on the morning of 9/11, I think there was 34 flights, and they were all sold out except 4 flights, right? Were only sold 20 to 30%, which never, ever happens. 2 of them weren't even scheduled to fly, Flight 11 and Flight 175. So where did they even get the 20 to 30% of people, right? So all of the hijacked planes were 70% empty. That's it's game over. As I was saying to you earlier, for those of you that are out there trying to wake up the world, great. There's certain people that aren't meant to wake up. If you're trying to wake people up to flat Earth or to the Rona, be careful. And they can't see 9/11 after 20 years, and tell them to enjoy their lives. Don't hug them because they're probably got the V, right?
yeah, that's what we got to be careful.
Don't hug them because they probably got the V, and let them live their lives. Don't worry about it. Truth isn't for everybody. I mean, my company, I started my own business. I had the American dream. It was like awesome. Everything's working out great. And then my partners are not aware or awake to what's going on in the world, and they didn't like the things I was saying, and so I walked away from it all, right, to the greatest thing ever. I mean, hanging out, this is fantastic. I'm not on a train heading into New York City right now. I'm here talking to Mitchell from Australia, talking flat Earth. Okay, I said the other night on a show, and Owen Benjamin said it the other day so well. He said, find something you love that other people love too, and get so good at it that you can share it with them, to support yourself. Okay. Like, I love talking about flat Earth. Mitchell, you love talking about flat Earth. And so you're starting this flat Earth school, trying to get people in. I am definitely 100% going to make a spot on the app for you. You got to make me a really good thumbnail for the app. Right?
I'm really good at making thumbnails.
The less words, the better. The bigger, the more contrasty the words, the better. All right. And I will put your school in there. Now that you have enough, you have like 14 episodes, right?
Today is the 19th episode. So that's
okay. Awesome.
Those numbers again, 1 and 9.
Yeah. Today's 19th episode on 9/11. Great.
Totally planned it.
Awesome.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm in this situation at the moment because of the situation that society has let us fall into. So I could absolutely go back into my slave job right now. All I have to do is get the vaccine and wear a mask. But obviously,
no way.
those two things aren't happening.
just yesterday, the unpresident Biden or whatever you want to call him, said that if your company has over 100 employees, mandatory vaccines. Okay, and so there's so many people that like my 30-year career is over. It's over because there's people that just will not do it, and do not do it under any circumstance. Right? I always say, for me, I'm not giving any advice. There is no circumstance, no situation under any circumstance, no matter what, without exception, that I would do that thing. There's none.
No.
There's none whatsoever. So, you want to know my stance? I'm not a anti-veer. I'm a educated veer. I'm V-educated.
Informed consent.
And I'm just informed. I don't stare at the television and get my information from that. I actually do research. So one of the best graffiti signs going around where we live is media is the virus. And that holds so true, because if we didn't have any media, we would not know that there was a killer virus on the loose. Right. Like, how would you know?
Look around you at the moment, other than the mask pandemic. Like, it's ridiculous here in Australia. We in New South Wales anyway, in our state, we get told as soon as we step outside, we need to put one of those face nappies on. That's the only pandemic that you can see it's anything different. Other than that, there's nothing different. Nothing.
And the whole face diaper thing is what's making people sick. Fauci, I want to say his full name. He did a paper in 2017 about the Spanish flu, about how most people died of bacterial pneumonia because they were wearing masks. That's the revelation of the method. They're telling us what's going on, and people are just too stupid. They're like, well, he said that, but we should still wear them. I mean, I have not put one on once. I have some that say pandemic on them. I'm like excited to wear it, but I don't want to wear it, and they're totally breathable. They're just nonsense. But I will not wear it. The only time I wore one is I put a bandana on because my daughter broke her face. I had to go to the hospital for surgery. So I put a bandana on, and once I was in the hospital, I took it off. So
crazy stuff going on. But yeah, I'm resisting it at all costs, and hence why I get to do this now, that I'm actually enjoying this job. This is the first time ever, like, I've given up my 12-year career that I've worked through so long just to get me and my family, our 5 kids, where we are at the moment. I've given all that up just so I don't have to wear that thing on my face. I don't have to get the thing in my arm, and I'm loving it. I would never turn back. It is awesome being able to just talk about flat Earth, go out to these beautiful locations every day.
Mitchell, why don't you get on Rockfin?
I need to get on Rockfin, I think. Yeah. I can talk about
just. I'll get Jaron to recommend you, and then you're in.
You're not on Rockfin?
I'm not. I don't do live shows. I go on other people's shows, and I make my short videos. And listen, YouTube has its place, because guess what? Guess who's on Rockfin? All the people that are awake. Guess who doesn't even know what Rockfin is? All the people that are sleeping. The people that are sleeping do not know that there's other video platforms other than YouTube, and they do not know that YouTube is being censored. Is that crazy?
And you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. Things. So that's why what most people do is they do their show on both platforms, and 10 minutes into the show, they're like, okay, we're leaving YouTube. We're going over here where we can talk freely. And then people come on over. Okay. So we'll talk about that. You should go over there, because that's a way that, you can get more support over there, and you can monetize your videos. And again, why truth should be free. Truth should be free. I'm like, you should go work for free. Okay. Go to your slave job for free. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you too. You do so many interviews. How many interviews do you reckon you do a day at the moment? It seems like
in the summer, because I love my summers, which we're just ending right now. I was only doing maybe 10 interviews a week. Sometimes 5, sometimes 10, because I need to get outside. I want to enjoy. Now we're going into the fall of mankind, and I ramp it up to 15 to 25 a week. So
is that all?
That's a lot, dude.
That's ridiculous. I'm burnt out after doing one live stream a day. Like, I can't imagine.
I did a live stream when the app went live. I had to where I needed to like troubleshoot it. So I went live on my YouTube channel, which I never do. I did it for 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. It almost killed me. It's like, how do people do it? Do you listen to Owen Benjamin?
I do,
Owen,
yeah, he's awesome.
Owen is talking nonstop, awesome content, reading the chat at the same time, responding to people, making up songs while he's doing all of this.
Incredibly talented. If
It's unbelievable.
On my live streams, if I even glance at the chat, I'd totally lose my train of thought. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on.
He's in the middle of something, and then he'll respond to somebody, make a funny joke, and then just keep on going. It's like just watching him do that. It's amazing, and it also just humbles you because people are like, oh, what Mitchell's doing is easy. He's just sitting there online. Just this simple conversation isn't that simple. There's stuff going on, but I don't know. It's fun, and we're all getting better at it.
I want to say to people watching this as well, please support the Flat Earth community. One of the sayings that you always say, Dave, is support what you like, or what you like goes away. And there are a lot of people in this. Did you?
Yeah.
I'm saying it's yours. He's a genius. He's a bit crude, but yeah, genius.
That's what I like. That's why I like that.
If you like this content, if you like my content, if you like Dave's app, please support it. Please spare what you can. Just share it at the very least. Share this content, get the word out. Just start talking about Flat Earth. Just mention the app, download it on your friend's phone. Just do what you can.
You know what I told people, and a lot of people did this, and for years I fought it. I had my cable subscription. I didn't have a lot of stuff on there. Well, my cable bill, you have your internet, but on top of that, it was $100, whatever, $50, whatever it is. Maybe it was even more, with some of the premium channels we had. And it's like, I'm getting rid of it all. I don't miss it at all, because when you have all those channels, you go on and you look for something and you let them decide what you're watching. But if you get rid of cable, if there's something you want to watch, you can just get it a la carte. You can just buy that episode if you want. But then you'll find out there's so much great content out there. The $10 you spend on Rockfin, you'll never be bored. There's so much real content, stuff that stimulates your brain, stuff that makes you a better manifester, because the television with the global programming is limiting your thoughts and putting you in fear. And you're no longer able to send out those magnetic waves that really create your life. That's what this whole thing is about. They don't want your thought to expand. Right? And that's why they put you in the globe. That's why they put the fear on the TV. But I tell people, get rid of your cable, up your internet speed if you need to, right? Take that extra money and go support 5 people that you like. Join Mitchell's Patreon, right? Join Rockfin, under whatever channel you like the best. And by the way, you join Rockfin under one channel, you get all the channels. Doesn't matter.
All of them. Yep.
Yeah.
Subscribe to one, you get all of them.
Yeah. ROKFIN. But don't join, anyone listening to this, don't join until Mitchell's on there, because you can join under Mitchell and he gets a little extra. So,
yeah, wait till I'm on there.
Yeah.
I was going to say, go. I'll finish it. I'm going to change the subject if you want to finish it.
I was just going to say, your show, your school is good for, what would you say the age range would be?
Probably from 0 to 100.
0 to 100.
Everybody.
So Ruth. So
everybody.
102. Ruth would be out. She's not allowed to listen.
Sorry, Ruth. No, she already knows it's a flat Earth, so she doesn't need my content.
Awesome.
But yeah, I try and aim it at everybody. I just try and get out there, especially for the people in lockdown at the moment. They feel like they can't get out there and enjoy our beautiful flat Earth school around us. I'm in lockdown. I get out and I tell people every day, everyone's at home. No one's working. No one's at school. You would expect to see everybody out doing the same thing as me, just enjoying our beautiful, the nature around us, but there's hardly any people out, and that's why I do it. So for those people who don't feel like they can get out and see like just a beautiful background, just a beautiful scenery, and I talk a bit about flat Earth, a bit about just what's going on in the world. It's educational. Right. It's for everybody.
I like it. It will be on the app. It'll be a featured button under the web button.
Awesome. I was going to say, in all the interviews that you've done, what is the biggest curveball that someone's thrown at you? Have you been stumped by any questions? Is there anything that you couldn't really answer too well?
You know what? The thing is, there's lots of times where I say, I don't know, because it works on the I don't know is for the ball and the globe. Like, what's at the center of the earth? I don't know. What's below 8 miles, Mitchell?
8 miles.
What's below 8 miles down?
Who knows? Yeah, it's these things
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
As a flat earther, we are comfortable in saying we don't know, but we can say that something like the sun, people say, what's the sun? How's it work? Where is it? Like, we don't know. All we know is it's a clock in the sky for the days. That's all we definitely do know. And that's what we have to live by, reality, what we can see. What about
eclipses, Mitchell? You know, how does the solar eclipse work?
The solar eclipse, the annual eclipse that apparently never happened, that no one got any footage of, that awesome solar.
So listen to this. The idea that the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon 400 times farther than the moon, and then bigger, you know, and it makes them the same size. That's a statistical anomaly, we'll call it. And then the fact that those two line up perfectly to make a total eclipse, that's one in a quadrillion, let's say. You know, a quadrillion is a number that you can't even fathom. And then the odds of it happening again are even greater, but it happens every year. And then every 18 years, the entire cycle of eclipses repeats again, which shows it's a timepiece. There's something going on. It's not a random gravitational floating ball in space thing.
Wait, is it the moon going in front of the sun? Why can't we see the moon before and after it, though?
Well, here's the thing. I think that the source of the moon that we see is what's eclipsing the sun. I could be totally wrong. It could be another body. It could be something at the center of our Earth. I don't know. It could be just a magnetic, interference thing. I don't know. But, if you look at the moon, when it gets near the sun and becomes a new moon, it is in the right area to do what it's doing. Can I share a video?
Absolutely.
So let me just change this over. Whoops, wrong cord. Give me a second.
And these ideas, that they're just as good as the globe ideas, because the globe has absolutely nothing.
They're better. They're better. So
he's better.
And you've probably seen this video, but I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it because I think that the eclipse is am I showing my screen here? Let's do that. Talk for a second while I do this. See, this is like Owen would be telling jokes and reading the chat while he's setting this up.
Oh no, it's these multitasking things that just sends us off into a tailspin and we don't know where we are after it. I'm just trying to read the chat now. We've got like this for my members, there's like 4 people watching. And I haven't even looked at the chat. Sorry, guys. I can't do two things at once.
All right, so I'm going to share. Go ahead.
It's not
share screen. There we go. And all right, so here's the app on my phone. And I hit the frequently asked questions button, the big question mark. And the bottom right, I say eclipses. So you bring up the eclipses video. It opens and I say view, open YouTube, and up comes a playlist that Google will not serve you. Scroll down. This is what I call the projected sun. I think the sun that we see is projected into our reality onto the sky screen. On the right is an eclipse that I filmed. It was a hazy day. I was looking right at it, and there's something eclipsing the sun. Not sure what it is. On the left, I'm recreating the same thing using a paper towel and a rear projection. So the sun that we saw there is from a real projector projecting onto a screen. All right. So this is an eclipse that was filmed in Michigan. And we have this lens flare and we have this not lens flare, because the one that we call the not lens flare, it's pinned to the sun. It's not moving around like the lens flare is. And it's eclipsed like 90%. Well, the sun is eclipsed 90% right here, but you just can't see it because it's blowing out the lens. But if I put like a filter in front of it, you'd see that that's where we are in the eclipse. But what is that little thing if it's not a lens flare? The troll's like, it's a lens flare. It's a lens flare. Well, lens flares move around, as you can see. So I say that is the rear projector. And the sun that we see, that bright spot, is being projected into our sky screen. Okay. Have you seen this, Mitchell?
I
You've
have,
seen
yeah, it's awesome. It's
Okay.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a much
So-
better story than the globe.
Yeah. So let's so how could that be? So let's say, so here's my showing you how I did my projection. Now, no one's ever seen the moon approach or exit, and no, you don't really see it on the towel there because the moon's not lit up, so there's nothing to project onto our sky screen, and it's it's eclipsing the sun. So just watch this for a second.
Yeah, it's a great demonstration.
So but what about that little thing? What
What could that be? And has it been seen by multiple people? I'm sure it has.
It was seen in the last eclipse that we had, but and that's because here it is. I made a thinner sky screen. Maybe the sky is more transparent. And look, here it is. And look, there it is, right there, right there. And so that's the projector, the rear projector, and compare it to a real eclipse. Look, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So that perfectly explains what we're seeing.
No globes or spheres involved at all.
No, not at all. And the reason that you don't see it during all the time when the sun's up, the sun's too bright, it's blinding you. You can't see. Like if you're ever watching an old school rear projector, someone hangs up like a thin sheet and they project a movie on the back of it. You can see the movie on the screen, but if you look through the screen, you can see that little bright spot. That's the projector. And the reason, and I think we see the moon the same way, except when there's a new moon, it's not lit up. There's nothing to project. There's nothing to project at all. So is it the moon? Is it a dark body? Is it something at the center of the flat Earth? I don't know. But I just recreated exactly what we see with a very plausible explanation.
Yep, great demonstration. Prove it wrong. Because we're proving the globe model wrong. Now we're looking for the actual explanation of what we do see. It's anything but what the heliocentric model says.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we might end on what do you think is the best flat Earth proof going around at the moment? There's so many proofs going around. I mentioned a lot of them in my live streams. What do you think? What would you go to say that the Earth is definitely flat?
It really depends on the person you're talking to, because water, large bodies of water lay flat and we can see too far. All right, that's easy. We talk about pressure in a container, but then you could say, well, the gravity is holding it. People. It depends on what the person can process. I love talking about the distances to stars, which are ridiculous, and they're scientifically provable, unseeable, ignoring the inverse square law of light. But then you say inverse square law of light and people short circuit because they're not like, oh my God, what the heck is the inverse square law of light? What does inverse mean? And people just don't understand. People aren't taught to think. My favorite is literally seasons. It's seasons. And because that's an experiment you can do. Go outside, get a heat lamp, get two people, and hold it over one person, and then move it over to the other person. And you'll watch it as it moves over. It goes, it's lower in the sky. Point to something above your head that's 10 feet, and point to something 10 feet in the air, 20 feet away. It's lower in the sky.
And then try and tilt it and see what the difference is.
Yeah, well, yeah, tilt it. By the way, the where the sun is, when the sun's farther away, that's the tilt. It's just farther away. It's so stupid. And then the idea that, the tilt, it doesn't matter. So when the sun rises, you could argue on a ball that the Earth is tilted 89 degrees away from the sun, right? Because it's on the horizon. So it's literally 89 degrees tilt, which is more severe than 23.4 degrees. But in our summer in the inner north, the sun in the helio-nonsensical model is 3.5 million miles closer to us during our winter, okay? And it's farther during our summer. So in my summer here, I live in a temperate area where I get snow and ice in the winter and 90 degrees in the summer. In the summer, when I see the sun on the horizon in the morning, I can feel the heat warming my face immediately. And then in the winter, at noon, when the sun is at its highest point for the day, it's 3.5 million miles closer to me on the ball model. It's higher in the sky. And I look at it and I can't even feel the heat on my face. Okay. That there, if you have the brain power, which is this much, you only need this much to process that information, absolutely destroys the ball.
It's all about the tilt of the globe. Didn't you know?
Yeah. Seasons, people, what about seasons? Seasons prove the earth is flat without a doubt.
Absolutely, yeah. Have you seen the stuff going around about the sextant at the moment? That's the new black at the moment. 2020.
I love your video. I featured it on the app.
Oh,
what are they saying about it? How are they debunking it?
They're trying to. Yeah, the sextant. They're still trying to work out where we're coming from, because obviously you need to have to measure angles. You need that flat baseline. That is just a fundamental principle of triangulation. To have a triangle, have you ever seen a triangle with a curved bottom? It's not a triangle. It's
my
to have the curved bottom triangle. That thing you get taught in geometry class. For me, it is the #1 flat Earth proof, because
it is. But again, it depends on who you're talking to. Some people won't be able to process that information. You have to really size up your audience and see how much effort they're willing to put into it. I talk to people about the angular size of things, and I try to explain how things get smaller. They get that, and then I try to explain these distances that they tell us they are, right. Like if Polaris is 433 light years away, the size they tell us Polaris is, we couldn't see it at 6 light hours away. Okay, it would be too small, right? But then you try to explain to them. I say, the closest star is 25 trillion miles away, 4.5 light years, 25 trillion miles. And I said, let me tell how far a trillion miles is. I said, if you are traveling at 1 mile per second and you traveled for 1 trillion seconds, how many miles have you gone? 95% of the people cannot figure that out. 1 mile per second. If you went 2 seconds, you went 2 trillion. You went 2 miles. You went two miles, right? If you went 1 trillion seconds, you went 1 trillion miles. People can't figure that out. So when it's like, so that's one of the greatest proofs. But if people can't process it, that's a problem.
Absolutely. Talking about Polaris too, I just want to run something by you. When the Globers say that Polaris absolutely proves the globe, like for me here in Australia, I get told to go and look at Polaris, and they have a good laugh, because I can't see Polaris just because it's so far away. But they like to say that the latitudes are proved by Polaris. So every 1 degree's difference. So if you're standing under Polaris, that's 90 degrees. That's the GP of Polaris, the geographical position on the relationship to the Earth. Yeah. Every 1 degree that you're measuring away from that 90 degrees, so 89 degrees, that's 69 miles. So for every 1 degree that you are measuring difference, that's 69 miles. And they say that relationship proves latitudes. But that is a linear relationship.
Yeah.
It's
so go out under a street light and say, okay, that's Polaris. And now walk away from it and watch it go down. Watch it go down. Go 10 miles away. You won't be able to see it anymore because it'll merge into the horizon.
All to do with perspective.
The king of perspective, which is P-Brain, tomorrow morning's video. Tomorrow's video, or is it today's? Tomorrow's video is an exclusive P-Brain unlisted video where he completely proves how the horizon rises to eye level on flat Earth. It's amazing. It's so simple. Great video. Great
awesome
video.
Can't wait. If you don't have the sun, moon, zodiac, what is it, flat Earth, sun, moon, and zodiac clock app, you need to get that just to see that video tomorrow.
Right, and it's by Blue Water Bay. There's already a knockoff by the Flat Earth Society people. It's called the Ron Media Group in Google Play, and it's a gatekeeping site. But if you want to watch Wolfie's videos, they're in there. They're on that app.
Oh, sign me up! Yeah, I love Wolfie's videos.
Yeah. So if you're not sure it's my app, just go read the reviews. It's the highest rated app in the App Store. Everybody loves it. And if you forget all of this, just remember Flat Earth Dave, flatearthdave.com, and the links will be there. That interactive map I was showing you will be there hopefully today or tomorrow. They're putting it together right now. So flatearthdave.com. that's where you can find my stuff.
Very cool. So you've got the dating site there. You've got the the emergent.
There is a dating. There is an actual dating site on the app. If you click the shopping cart, it's an external. It's a flat earthers dating site. So
Is
you
that
can
actually
sign up for that
something
also?
on there? I haven't seen
absolutely.
that. Oh, you kind of made it
It's,
obsolete.
it's a subscription. It's a subscription thing, and it's fairly new. But there's more and more people on it. It's kind of like a social media for flat earthers. Period. So you can check
Absolutely,
that
is awesome. So it's getting to the end of the live stream now. If anyone wants to guess how many people have signed up to the flat Earth, like we'll do it after the fact because there's not many people watching now. But after the fact, I'm gonna ask you how many people have signed up, and if it's anything more than 11,421, whoever guesses the number gets, what is it, 5 free downloads.
You get 5. You can gift it to 5 friends. If they're Android or Apple, either way, just send me their email addresses and I will gift it from you to them. Beautiful.
All right, send it in the chat right now for those people watching this after the fact.
All right, so pull up my screen share. I don't know how you're going to do this. So at the beginning of this, it was 11,421. We've been going for an hour. What's your guess, Mitchell?
My guess is going to be 12,000.
That's too much. You went over.
I've got a massive. You underestimate.
You went over for sure.
My reach is massive here. Okay, so I reckon 11,450.
All right, my guess is going to be 11,400. And you said 4,150.
Yeah, 50.
I'm going to say 11,439. I'm going conservative. All I have to do is say 11,422, and I'll win if it's less than what you say. But I'm going to say 39. Here we go.
I want the free downloads. Damn, I didn't think.
Here we go. Oh, whoa, 11,515. What did you say?
What? No way. I said 600. That's pretty. I said 450. No way.
All
so
right.
People, see the massive reach that I have. We
nice
haven't even gone
work
on my public channel here. We've got some people actually in the chat saying how close are they. So I've got 11,500, 500, 587, 517. Oh wow, John Swartz 517.
Yeah, but he went over. It's like Price is Right. You're out.
Sorry, John. It's a tough.
Mitch, I'll let you decide, and I will just get me 5 email addresses. I need to know Android or Apple, and if it's Android, you have to have operating system 8.0 or higher.
8.0 or higher. What happens if you don't? Will it self-destruct?
Then it won't work. It won't download.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, David Weiss, DITRH. Subscribe to him if you haven't. Download the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. Subscribe if you can. Go to the Flat Earth Friend Finder. Sign up for it. It's the best app out there.
Hang on. Not the dating site, on the app. You already have it. The only thing that you can't do is send messages. You can receive messages. And here's the workaround. If for some reason you don't have a credit card tied to it, you're on your parents' account, you can't have a monthly fee, or you don't want to pay the $11 for the year. $11 for the year, okay? You can just make your username your email address. And that way, when someone's messaging, they're like, oh, this guy has an email address. I'm going to email him, right? Because he hasn't responded. Maybe he doesn't check. I'm going to email him. And then they can email you like, hey, Mitchell, I'm down the road from you. I saw you on the Friend Finder. Let's meet for a beer. Behind a rock hidden somewhere so we don't get arrested.
What's the shirt you got on too? I want to mention that before we leave.
You should play you should play the music. You should play what this is. So this shirt is I want to say I used to, because our podcasts come out when they come out. There's the Flat Earth podcast. It was probably the first audio podcast, and it was great. It still is great. We just haven't done one since I don't know, how long has it been? 8 months?
Biannually, and biannually doesn't mean twice a year. That means every second year.
It could be. You never know when there's an episode going to come out. And so we were going weekly, and then we skipped a couple weeks, and we have a voicemail thing, and we got these messages from this crazed like.
And that's all we've got time for. I'm going to have to end it. Step back
I played
and show us
a whole series of them on probably half of the podcast during the break. It's Mitchell saying, where are you guys? Like an angry, hurt girlfriend. It's probably the funniest thing ever, but you should play it. You should add it to the end of this podcast.
I should, but I'm not going to. What's it say on the shirt? Do you want to step back? What's it say?
It says,
I'm sorry, baby.
sorry.
I didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it. And then what does it say on the back?
Nobody does flat earth like you. Too funny. All right. Well, if you ever do release another flat earth podcast episode, people will hear that. Where can we find those?
Actually, we are threatening to do another one. And before even this, I was gonna it's time for the Mitchell phone calls again.
There's so many better content that you can put in there. But if you want to keep putting,
no, there isn't. There's nothing funnier than that. Sorry, that is the funniest thing in flat Earth ever. So, congratulations.
That's a big claim. All right, thank you, David Weiss. Thank you for being here, DITRH. Thank you for the app. Imagine if we didn't have this app, where we would be. The community would be begging for the app. So we probably would have the app anyway. Someone else would have been doing it. But awesome, Flat Earther. You do so many interviews. You do so much for the community. Thank you for being here and just being on our team. I'm glad you're not a Glober.
Me too. I used to be, just like you used to be.
And that older ego. Keep that in your pocket, Dave.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
All right, man. Thanks. See ya.